What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. I am your host, Leon, and today I have with me my peoples, KP, I call him Pierre, and my man, Larry, the modified gentleman. Renee is not with us at the moment. She may be joining us, or she may not be. We don't know. What's going on, fellas? Yeah, we don't know.
What's up, bro? Y'all survived the snowmageddon over here.
Yeah, ice. Yeah, we survived the ice.
Yeah, that's the worst part, man. I would rather have the snow, but the freezing rain can't do it. Can't do it.
No, man, because that's what makes the roads worse.
Yeah,
they say people can't drive in the sunlight. And I know they can't drive in the snow and the ice.
Right.
Well, they say we got some snow coming this weekend, so we're gonna see.
Got to hold back down for Saturday.
Give me a break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah. As I was telling y'all, man, I was getting cabin fever.
Gotta get out.
I had to get out, man, and take my chances.
See,
the good thing about it, school is out and the roads are clear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got like $300 of groceries. I need to figure out if I'm gonna eat it or wait till next weekend.
Hey, man,
eat it.
Hey, everybody went and got bread and milk and eggs, that emergency French toast kit. So hey, we're gonna have to make something happen. I'm gonna make it do what it do.
Well, everybody gonna be on that same. Everybody gonna be on that same run again. About 2 more days.
Yeah,
more days. Yeah. All the water, all the toilet paper, all the milk and bread gonna be gone. And guess what? When I went out, I didn't get none of that. I already had bread, and I don't remember the last time being trapped in a hurricane or ice storm or snowstorm. And I was thinking, man, I wish I had some milk right now.
Where we get that thought? That thought?
I don't know. It's the media. That's why I listen, man. That's why they let the media trick me, man. I was like, nah, I'm gonna get.
I've always heard the old saying, like, what is it, like eggs and bread to keep a man fed or something like that. Some old school, some slavery. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's always some saying.
There's some sayings to keep that thing going, man. But I'm not now, man. A lot of that stuff, I was like, nah, I'm gonna get what I get and call it a day.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
But before we get started, make sure y'all go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. All things Impel Forward merch. Go grab you some merch. Got the Onyx Strides on sale for $57. Got some new things on the way. Be here soon. So go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. And got one more thing I want to pull up. Want to share with y'all real quick.
Is this why you got this type of screen going? This view we looking at?
Nah, man, that's not why I got this type of screen going. I have to tell you about that later on. But me find this what I'm looking for.
I knew the GE section. I knew at some point who's gonna have issues.
Yeah, I got issues. The GED section.
The GED section, man.
Yeah. So I want to share this with y'all once again. Here.
Oh yeah.
From stress to success, mastering money, time, and health in 2026. It's a conference we have, men's in-person summit, rather, Saturday, February 21st, if we don't get no snow. First Sundays, men building up men to build up our families.
You said that's in person?
Yeah, that's in person. It's in Chapel Hill. Yeah, Chapel Hill. February 21st, men building up men. You have Speaker Marlon Smith, Tony Jackson, and Dr. Michael Diamond. We actually going to be on a call later tonight, matter of fact. Make sure y'all scan the QR code while I have it up. You can register. The website is down there if you don't scan the QR code. www.firstsundays12.com. That's www.firstsundays12.com. Men building up man is going to be a great event. So starts early in the morning. I think the time is not on there, but I think it's 9:30 to 4, something like that. So it's going to be a great time. So make sure y'all go ahead and register, get your tickets, and join other men.
That's what's up.
Hey man, who came up with that name? Since you on the committee,
what name? So Terrence Oliver, he's over it. He came up with the name. Hopefully we'll have them on to talk more about it. But yeah, he came up with the name Building Up Men. Yeah, first Sunday. So
because it's close to if you watch what movie was that? Shaft. Either one or two, and they had there we go.
No, we ain't going back. We're going back here.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing like that, so when I do my clips, sometimes it has the blue, and it just don't look right. So if I can limit it, I'm gonna limit that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's just throwing me off a little bit. But no, it was a punchline in the Shaft, and it was men watching men. Oh no, yeah, men watching men. It was, if you saw the movie, and it was kind of like a punchline, like y'all the group men watching men. That's why that was eerily similar. I was like, I don't know. Okay, all right.
No, that's not what it's about.
But y'all don't remember that? No, it wasn't about. It was
brotherhood.
Veterans, y'all remember in the movie Shaft when your boy played one of the guy that played in Survivor's Remorse. He was Samuel Jackson's son.
Mm.
I don't remember a lot of movies. I only watch movies one time, and that'd be it for me most of the time. Okay. Then I watch clips and bits and pieces, 15 minutes here, and I won't watch it no more. So.
And you don't watch it no more. Yeah.
Well, your whole attention span is shot. Boy.
Yeah. So look, we're gonna talk about this ICE thing, man. It's a lot going on with ICE. Of course, you know, it's another killing. One question I want to ask, I guess y'all can see the title. It says Black Americans siding with ICE. And the reason I put that up there is because in the beginning, you had, when the ICE first started going around, everybody was against it. Even Black Americans was against it, saying it's wrong, it shouldn't be doing this. But now that ICE is targeting Somalians and Ethiopians, one of them too. I know Somalians, but now it's a lot of Black Americans say, get them on up out of here. So are Black Americans with ICE or not with ICE?
Man, I think we got a bipolar relationship. If you're going to be a Black person in America, you're going to have a bipolar relationship with everything, you know, because we've learned to not allow the American propaganda machine to guide us in a way that was, because for a long time we was told that Russia was the enemy, China was, and now they cozying up to them, right? We was also told that Cuba was a communist state, but Cuba was the ones that helped fund a lot of the fighting down there in South Africa during apartheid, or a lot of one of our sisters, Joanne Chestermark, but known as Fina Shakur, Asada Shakur. She was able to seek asylum down there, you know, to get away from this regime that was trying to falsely imprison her to say that she killed a cop when she couldn't impossibly shoot this cop because she was shot herself face down. And so we've been told these things, but then when you learn that all the things that the boogeyman that they told us, we come to find out some of them helped us. You know, even China, back in the days when Mao was running it, you know, there was a communist regime. We were against them and as American propaganda, but it was the Mao government that allowed the Black Panther Party to come over there and train, because the United States was not putting no efforts into solving the sickle cell sickness that placated the Black community. They didn't care about it because it predominantly affect us. So a lot of the Black Panthers and a lot of civil rights, they were able to the China regime sent them, pay for them to come over there, and they taught them acupuncture, and they taught that acupuncture. And when they came back to the States, you know, they use acupuncture to try to treat sickle cell, but this was supposed to be our enemy or our sworn enemy. So, man, I've learned to, like, whoever they saying is our enemy, that's just some propaganda.
Yeah, you got to think twice, man. Yeah.
You got to think twice. And ICE is no different. So it goes back to my statement that, you know, if you're going to be Black in America, you're going to have to toe the line. You're going to be bipolar with how you support something. You know, you just got to read beyond the headlines.
You got to do the research. Got to do the research.
And we know ICE is born out of police patrols, and from police patrols was slave catcher patrols, and this is nothing new to us. You know, white America just seeing it for the first time. Right. We've been telling you they've been disappearing us. We've been telling you they've been shooting us up. Yeah. We've been telling you, you're like, no, this person had a gun. No, this person didn't fly. Yeah, no, we've been telling y'all this shit. So, so that's the part of the FAFO where we're kind of like, didn't we not tell y'all this what ICE was going to do? And then you have the other part of it, and I'm sorry if I'm taking up a lot, too much talking time, but then we have the other part of it where the title is Black Americans siding with them, because the people that they're after are very, let's just say, very disparaging to us. They're very racist to us. They're try to be white adjacent. Cubans, some of the Latinos, definitely Somalians. They don't mess with us. Matter of fact, they look down upon us. They speak very ill of us. So now when if you're a Black and you support ICE, you're like, hey man, what are you doing? It's like, no, man, this is it's tough. It's a tough situation to be in, and it's tough to take a stance that, hey man, I support ICE, rounding up the people that supposed to look like me, supposed to be adjacent to me when I'm talking about Cubans, the Latino community, and some of the African people from that continent that are living here who have separated themselves from us and, talk down on us. So it's kind of like, oh, they rounding them up? Say less.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people like that. Yeah.
Say less. I thought
however, I'm seeing a couple people, but when I look at the bigger picture of it, it's not a lot. It's a handful of Black people that are supporting the ICE raids. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be careful because they're getting the most airtime, and that's
right.
That's
and it looks like it's us as a whole.
Yes,
exactly. It's a propaganda machine. Well, here it is. It's that play.
They be working overtime. They be working overtime.
Yeah.
It's
But let me ask you something, Larry. Are we saddened, or do we lose our humanity by watching ICE, which they're not doing, round up Somalians? Do we lose our humanity when we watch that they are rounding up the Latino community who voted for this, who voted for the Trump regime, when we were telling them, but because they did not want to vote for that lady?
Right.
Because in that community, the men, I can't speak for the women, the men are very misogynistic. So they were never going to vote for her anyway.
That's
and so,
what do you mean by did we lose our humanity? As far as for
we lose our humanity by saying, so when we see this happening, let's say that ICE is targeting the Latin community. And the only 2 points I would make is Latin community really don't mess with us as a whole, but the ones that do, they are brothers, but it's not many of them.
But can you say the same? But can you say the same for us? We don't really mess with them either, really.
When we don't mess with them,
I think we do.
No. What I'm saying is we don't. Okay, what I'm saying is this: we don't mess with them because they don't mess with us. How many times have you seen them walk by? You here in Durham, or you can where I'm from, Louisiana, which a lot of them came over from Texas and Mexico. When last time you seen them and they looked you in your face and spoke to you?
That's what I'm saying. Like
they don't even speak to you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they look down on, and if you talk to them, they regurgitate these Republican talking points. So I don't really talk to them. So to my credit, I don't really talk to, because the ones that I have talked to, they regurgitate these Republican talking points. Now there are some that did not allow the American propaganda machine to influence the way that they correspond to the Black community. They the homies. They are there. A lot of Puerto Ricans, which you can't. They get pissed off if you call them Mexicans, but as an ethnic group, they kind of lump them all together like that. But no, man, I just think that they're not very nice towards our community. And they showed that they gave us their ass to kiss when they voted for Trump, and they had songs. I will do for Donald Trump. Yeah, you singing songs. You all on the boat, and then her husband gets deported. The one who's singing that song. The song was a banger.
And then they talking about they felt betrayed. So,
but as
black people, what I'm gonna say this last part to our Hispanic brothers, to our Cuban brothers, to our Somalian brothers, to all the people that are dealing with this. We try to tell you, 92% of black women voted against this. 80% of black men voted against this. That is you follow us, we can tell you where to go, right? We were right. We've always been on the side of right, of the right side of history. We've always been on it because you can't sell us fried ice cream. We know a con man when we see one, and we know a racist regime when we see one. And this story's been playing out all over, and we've seen this movie before, so we don't have to watch it. So we were trying to warn you guys what was to come, but you didn't want to follow us because America told you that we were dumb, ignorant, and less than. Finding out now, ain't you? You finding out now, huh? Ain't you?
As a human being, is this something good to see, though?
Oh no, of course not.
Yeah, of course not, man. That's just so. One thing that we have is we have humanity baked in us. Man, let me tell you something. White America couldn't enslave a more meek. You couldn't enslave a better person because we are most forgiving. We're the not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to quote Langston Hughes. He had a poem called "Warning." I think he wrote this poem in 1949 or 59, one of them, and it said the Negro, meek. No, it says Negro, meek and it says sweet and docile, meek, humble, and kind. Beware of the day that he changes mind.
Mm-hmm. And that's why they always say they need to be careful that we're not seeking revenge. We just trying to seek equality.
That's it. Yeah. I believe that everybody give me a fair chance. You have a fair chance, and may the best person win on if we're looking at merit. But give me a fair chance.
Agree. I agree with you. Yeah.
So I guess that's what let me see if I can find this right here. The question that Renee proposed, that did black men or black people miss the mark by not I guess trying to sign up for ICE, or let me see.
That's a question there. Yeah,
man.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you can find that question because I was going to paraphrase her question, but just pose that question to us in the form.
Read that again for me, Leon. Read that again.
Let me see if I can find it. That's what I was doing, paraphrasing. Let me see if I can find it. We got so much stuff in the chat. You know how we do.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see.
I was blowing it up today. My bad.
Yeah.
Like, when do these brothers work?
I know, right? Hey, I'm snowed in, baby. I'm blowing it up.
I know, right?
Let's see. Let me see. Are you? Y'all can go ahead. Keep talking. I'll find it.
I don't want to start talking if we're going to go back to that, but basically, it was. We can paraphrase it, but you know.
Yeah, go ahead and paraphrase it until I find it.
Well,
I got it.
You got it. Go ahead and read it.
She said her question is, do you think black people missed the mark by not applying for ICE to get their lick back for our ancestors?
Yeah,
that's a question.
No, let me answer this first.
That's a question.
I don't think black men would ever thought to try to apply for ICE. I don't think black men.
We're not built that way.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. When I thought about that, I heard you, not you. You didn't say it, but you always say that we're not built that way.
Yeah, we're not built that way. We're not built to overlord over a people.
And I don't think they would have let that happen anyway.
Facts. Yeah, not too many of us.
No, they would have let it happen.
Like,
yeah.
You think so?
hold on. They would have let it happen because if they can control us to do that, to do the work for them, they would have done it. Yeah.
And the sad part about it is with the physicality of the job and we would be very effective at it.
Yeah.
You know, you watch some of these ICE agents be, kind of overweight, running, slipping it up. That ain't us.
No, right now.
Yeah, you ain't getting away from a bunch of us on the ice. Now you're not getting away from us.
The way they got ICE set up right now, they are modern day bounty hunters.
Yeah, and they struggle with things. I watched the way they struggle with getting Alex down. It was 6 of them. It only took 2 of us.
Yeah, they bounty hunters out there collecting heads, man.
And so speaking, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and half the population is supporting it, and it's dirty work. It's dirty work, but I don't think that black men would have done it.
We're not doing that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. We're not built that way, and like I said, as Langston Hughes said in his poem, he said the Negro, sweet and docile. That's who we really are until we're provoked.
Yeah, until we agitate it. Yeah.
Now you gotta deal with a damn lion. And
don't back us into a corner.
Don't wake that up in us as a whole.
Yeah.
So do we think that we would want to sign up to get our lick back? As tempting as that sounds.
Hold on though. There's another part of this that doesn't make sense. Like, why would the black community sign up for ICE to go look for who? Because we're not looking for white people. Because they're not gonna send us to go look for white people.
No, they're not looking for them.
So it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for
it wouldn't be us getting our lick back on them. However,
exactly. Yeah.
Listen, man, we ain't got to get our lick back on them. White eating white right now. Don't tell me white don't eat white, So we ain't even really got to worry about that. They doing it to each other. The leopards are eating their own faces, huh?
And you said many episodes ago that what you was waiting on.
I was saying they wasn't
angry enough. Yeah,
they ain't mad enough.
Yeah.
And you kept saying you don't think they mad. Nah, they ain't mad enough. Because these are lily white people. These are lily white liberals that are out there protesting. They're looking for black folks to join in. No, we did. We joined November 6th. We when we went to the booth and voted, that was we did our part. This is y'all's problem. We've been here.
Let me be clear about something too, man. Like just for us in general and for the podcast, of course, we don't condone any of the killings and stuff that's going on.
Views expressed by them.
Oh no, but you know how some people
expressed by them.
You say one thing, dip sideways, and people just that's all they become hyper focused on that. But
I definitely.
It's got to be clear. It's got to be clear that hey, of course we're not condoning that type of activities and stuff like that because we want people should have the right to go about their day in a safe manner. Yeah. And not have to, we don't want people to go out there and be robbed by the neighborhood. So we don't want foreign people to come into the neighborhood and start tearing up the communities. So I think like as a whole, you have to figure out where you are at mentally. Like, and I've seen so many people say, oh, we need more ICE agents. For what? What side of history are you on? Are you on the side that's tearing it down because you think you're going to benefit from it? Or because I can tell you right now, this is one of those things where we all don't benefit from this. Like when you look at it in the long game, this is against everybody,
Right. So that's what. Now that you say that, that's why I said like you have Black Americans cheering this Somalian thing on.
Yeah.
But it don't really.
Well, they I mean, Somalis talk shit about us. So
I know you don't like it. I know you.
It's not that I don't like it or like them because I am part of the diaspora from the motherland. So I want to have a kinship with my brothers that are from the continent of Africa, but they make it hard when they come over here and talk crap about us, and they believe the propaganda that America has told them.
Right.
And they are first, not only generation, but they haven't been here long. The difference between us and them is they come from the land of those 54 countries that they don't even know. They don't know who their oppressor is, right? They don't even know who their oppressor is because they all look alike, and it's always these regimes that are in place in these countries that have been destroying their country for such a long time because they all look alike and they all have the same ethnicity. They don't know who to pinpoint who their oppressor is. They come over here and we tell them, hey, no, we know who ours is. We know who our oppressor is. We identify them. We know them. We're telling you who they are. And they're like, no, you're just lazy. No, that's not it at all.
Right.
Just, you don't have any stake in the game, man. We got over 400 years of dealing with a set of group of people. Don't you think we're experts in it by now? And you're a first generation American, if that, because you're not first generation, you're first generation. That means you've been here less than 30 years or less. And we've been here 400 years. So don't you think we got a little bit more background than you?
Let me ask you this, though. You saying that Somalians don't like Black Americans or they talk bad about us. Now, me personally, I haven't experienced any or had any that myself against me. I didn't even know that they didn't like Black Americans. So how does that affect you in your everyday life?
It doesn't, because I'm not going to allow it. I've seen maybe the people that you can kind of tell who's from Nigeria. You can kind of tell an Ethiopian woman or damn sure can tell an Ethiopian woman.
Yeah.
But Lord have mercy. Ain't nothing more beautiful on earth. That's why I tell a lot of these women here in the States, that's where your hips come from, your lips, your eyes. That's where it come from over there. But the men in those categories of let's just say those different countries, they're very not as a whole. We don't want to form a caucus and paint all of them into this box and that all Somalians are against African Americans. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as a whole, they represent. Hey, we siding with the Republicans, because you didn't know this, but until the thing, but when they have their alliances that are, let's just say Minnesota, and they have a huge population of community. They went out of their way to do a press conference. It's like, we as a community, we vote for Trump, which told me as a Black American that you are voting against what will help my people, which are your people who looks like you. So I didn't have to encounter them in the grocery store. I didn't have to encounter them in anywhere. I watch the way they move and the way they vote. And that's all I need to know. Is it all of them? Absolutely not. But the majority, those folks speak for the majority.
And it's crazy too, because I've had a different experience, not recently, but when I did a couple of tours overseas, like there were joint efforts that had Somalian troops that were over there. And a lot of them were more open, I guess, to working side by side with Americans. And so I've personally worked alongside Somali troops and never had any issues, things like that. And so I'm seeing it from both sides. I'm seeing it from the side that was okay with working with, Americans, me as a Black man, things like that. And I'm seeing this now, recently, where it's like Somalians are like, they're distancing themselves from the Black community. You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing it from both sides.
But Larry, you're talking about two different experiences. You're talking about being over there in their country where you got to experience it.
What's going on? I hope that you are enjoying this episode, but I wanted to take the time out to ask you to please subscribe to the podcast. I've noticed that a lot of people are watching but are not subscribed. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss an episode when it's aired or about to air. And also make sure you go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. Grab you something. Now back to the episode.
There and then experiencing it here. Remember, coming here, they're coming with the propaganda about us. Yeah,
it's different. Yeah.
And then when they get over here, they're watching. It's a reason why the show Cops is on loop on 55 stations, and there's nothing about Black. It's all about Black people. The story. That's programming. So every time they turn on cops, all they see is us, right? And the propaganda of them hearing about us, and then they seeing it, and then they'll see some things, and they'll be like, well, they all like that. And really, that's just a small majority of us that are out there committing the crimes. Most of us are fathers. Most of us are entrepreneurs, and most of us are most of us are that more than not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's what I was saying, like a couple of episodes ago, when it comes to the Black community, man, we're low hanging fruit.
Yes.
You know, in every instance, in every incident, something go down, we're low hanging fruit. And seeing stuff like now, you know, in all due respects to Renee Good and Alex Preddy for what happened in Minnesota, when Black people step back and we distance ourselves from these type of situations, like we understand, we can read the room on what's going on.
Yeah,
we know that your government is working against you, type of thing. And we see it happening in real time. Like we've been seeing it for centuries.
Right. We've been seeing it with the government, and we've been seeing it with the media. Case in point, you just railed off two names that every American household knows right now that was killed by ICE.
Yeah.
But nobody can speak the name of Keith Porter.
Keith Porter.
He died,
and he was before Renee Good.
He died on New Year's Eve. And the story is he was doing the traditional American thing, which is fire your firearms for New Year's Eve, right? I don't agree with it. I don't do it, but that's what he was doing. A nearby off-duty ICE agent came over there, approached him, and killed him.
Yep.
I didn't hear about that. I missed
that.
Yeah. You didn't hear about it because I'm just proving.
Exactly.
And the media are running. They're running in sync, man.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm trying to understand is why these people, which I don't agree with the ICE thing, but why these people like Renee and Alex interfere. I don't understand it, man.
Hold on, Officer Tatum. Yeah. Larry, go ahead, man. I gotta get on Officer Tatum.
Hold on.
So you telling me you would get in the way of that?
You got to be careful.
I am Black in America. Hell no, I'm not getting in the way of it.
That's what I'm saying.
I know it's a death sentence for me. But if I'm lily white, liberal, American, white person, I am going to try to stand. I'm going to use my privilege to stand up for a person that's being harmed or hurt. And I don't expect to get executed. That's y'all execute Black people. Y'all don't execute me. That's how I'm thinking. Remember, I told you, always put your white hat on when you're looking at these issues. And so there's no way that Renee or Alex thought that they would be victim of an execution.
Mm-hmm.
But these I say they on something different, you know. And so they were not. Listen, Alex was actually filming. They approached him, and you see them pepper spray him, and he turns his head and sticks his hand away. He got a gun on him. He's still not going for it, and so no, he wasn't interfering. So what? So Leon, what do? You see ICE violently shove this woman to the ground. You go over there and be like, "Hey, man, come on now. This is a woman." That's basic. Well, you not because you're Black and we know better. But this is where the humanity part come in, because you lose your humanity when this country causes us to make a real-time decision. Do I want to be human in the world, or do I want to be survival in this world? And we came here surviving, and sometimes at the sake of our humanity. And so, you know, and so me, Larry, we see that happening. That ain't my problem, because as a Black community, we've been taught to mind our own damn business from birth. We've been taught, hey, that's not yours. We've been taught there are consequences within our own community for minding other people's business. Yeah, we've been taught that. So we grew up with that. Like, nah, mind people, you look, mind the business that pays you. So we're a little different. We're not Karens or Kens. Naturally, we're not that. We're not gonna get involved with that, because we got to make that decision in real time. Like, man, do I want to die today behind this? Or do I want to live
that situation with Alex happened so fast? Like, we talking like in 30 seconds between the ICE agent pepper spraying, pushing a woman, pepper spraying her, Alex jumping in between, trying to shield her a little bit, him getting snatched up to the ground, 6, 7 people jump on him, boom.
And let all that happen like into this man.
Yeah, all that happened in like 20, 30 seconds, bro.
What did I miss? What did I miss something about the word interfere? Both of y'all kind of jumped when I said that.
Well, yeah, you got to be careful about that because that's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. Like
that's what the media, that's what the propaganda. He was not interfering. He was coming to the aid of another human.
Yeah, like he
to
was
say, hey guys, that's a woman you just violently pushed down to the ground. What are y'all doing?
Right.
I'm lost. Yeah. I don't understand the difference. What does interfere mean?
What I'm saying, you're saying that hold on. You're Leon, you're talking from a black man in America's perspective. Like you're not interfering. That word interfere means your death sentence. So you know not to. But is that right for you to sit there and watch somebody be oppressed or somebody be hurt or harmed? That is not right. That's why I say, man, it causes us a question our humanity sometimes. Yeah. Do you just walk by and watch that happen?
What you about to say,
that's what they're doing. They are using the word interfere as like a negative connotation. Like he would have still been alive if he didn't interfere. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's being taught. That's what's being conditioned. Like everything went down because he interfered. And it's like, yo, he was out there actually trying to aid. He wasn't even trying to protest. Like he was actually walking by, saw what ICE was doing, and then that's why he started recording. And then when he saw them being extra aggressive to her, he tried to give her some aid because they were pushing her around, and then boom, everything happened. You know what I'm saying? It was like that fast. He didn't even go out there to protest. And of course, that's how it's being framed. Like he was a protest, he was a violent protester, he was a domestic terrorist, he was out there agitating. You got to be careful about all that words, man, because there are people that are looking at this, but the words are processing completely different. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it causes this two-way thinking, man. It's like, oh, I'm seeing what I'm seeing, but I'm mentally processing it differently. Like there's so many things going on right now. Like his phone was the gun. He pulled out. He shot. Like none of that happened.
None of that happened. I'm hearing, seeing like officer take a couple of these black Republicans, man, talking about there was a second gun, or he walked up to him with his gun. A crowd is like, if you approach law enforcement with a gun, you expect to get whatever you get. It's like that did not happen.
Right.
Anybody seen the video?
That's not to believe our lying eyes, and that's the thing. That's the frustration we feel. Like, no, we saw what we saw. And you're gonna tell me I didn't see it.
It's real, bro. It is real.
So y'all telling me the word I should have used was he jumped in.
No, bro.
No, use your word interfere. I've been saying that white American men and black American men are going to approach things very differently because we know the consequences just for us aiding in humanity. We know the consequences. It won't be seen as aid or help. It will be seen as violent aggression against law enforcement, no matter how you approach it. You could approach them walking backwards with your back to them with your hands up, saying, hey, I'm here to help this person. And they shoot your ass in the back.
There's been cases.
Because when the narrative come out, it's going to come out that you were aggressively attacking them.
You was resisting arrest.
Violently walking towards them.
Yeah. But this has been the black community's plight the entire time. There's so many, it doesn't even matter that now they have body cams because they're still doing what they're doing.
We've been telling them it's happening.
Yeah, fact.
We've been saying it.
And so now you look at stuff like this, and it's been dialed up to 100 because you can see the tape now. You can see it, and the actual dangerous part now. And I saw this earlier today. Is now with AI, like that's becoming dangerous because I don't know if I sent this to y'all in the chat, but if I find it later, I'm gonna send it to you. But there's a video floating around now of Alex Preddy pointing a gun at an ICE agent, and it's not real. It's not real. It's just a documented image. Yeah, it's fake. Yeah,
we have a sick society, man.
Bro, it's horrible.
It's very.
There's this thing in psychology. There's this thing in psychology called the bystander effect. And the bystander effect is, let's say, it's when we look to each other for validation in an incident. So for instance, you know, we're on a train and somebody's getting attacked, right? I look towards you to see if you're gonna do something. You look towards me to see if I'm gonna do something. If you don't do something, I'm not gonna do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if somebody does step in, then it's like, okay, now that validates me to go and step in as a bystander, the bystander effect. But this is why so much stuff happens in plain broad daylight in the public and people don't do anything, because there has to be, you have to have some type of internal moral compass that says this is not right. I need to do something. I need to interfere. But you also have to process the situation. Is this going to come back on me? Right. And so situations like that happen so fast, man. The common person, they will not process those incidents fast enough to do anything. That's why a lot of people, you know, you ever watch those subway videos about people doing crazy stuff on a train in New York? Like people might be swinging from the ceiling, wearing wild costumes, and the majority of people just sitting there watching.
They're just sitting there.
Yeah, just sitting there because they don't want no piece of it, no part of it. That's the bystander thing. Now, there should be 20 of us to go tell this person, man, go sit your stupid ass down. Right. But nobody says anything, you know? And so we got to be careful about that just in society in general. And I always call that, you know, social awareness. Like it needs to be called out. Like if somebody's doing something that's disadvantageous or hurtful to your community, we should also be strong enough as a community to say, hey, stop doing that shit, you know? Right. But that's what makes weaker communities every day. Every day. And here we are. And that's why ICE can just run in. You can have 20 armed ICE agents that can shut down 200 people in the community. Because if the community themselves don't feel strong enough, they're not going to fight back, you know? And so that's kind of where we are.
I fear that paradigm is going to shift.
Oh, yeah. It has no choice, man. It has no choice because you start backing people up into a corner.
Fighting back, and
the more you back people into a corner, they have no choice but to fight. Because when you're talking about running up in people's houses, and I mean that figuratively and literally, like when you run it into people's communities and they feel like, well, I ain't got no choice but to fight. That's when they fight back. The problem is getting to that point. That's the problem.
I don't foresee it getting to that point because on the liberal side, they have the soft whites, like they're the one like decorum, like, you know, they're not about no action. They, you know, they get killed in the streets, right? Yeah. If this was the other way around and these were some magats getting shot, I guarantee you those militias, this ICE, if ICE was doing this to the other party, let's just say if it was some Trump supporters that ICE was killing, them white militias would be in them streets so fast and they'll be bombarding things they'll be doing because on that Republican side, those are the original slave catchers. Those are the original Ku Klux Klan. They are they bout that.
Bro, you just touched on something that I think a lot of people also don't be paying attention to, right? And this is where what kills me. I hate the hypocrisy. Like it's almost like a disease. But they was all over Alex Preddy because he brought a weapon to a protest that he never showed. He never brandished it at all. They didn't even know it was on him until they took it. Legally carrying. Yeah. But you can have a lot of MAGA rallies and a lot of these I'm gonna call it what it is, KKK rallies, where they all show up armed. Not all of them, but a good bit of them show up with AR-15s and handguns, and they proudly march, and they don't get no pushback. There's no issue, you know.
Do y'all think anything will happen? Whether you think they'll be charged with all the video that's been going around?
Who gonna be charged?
Anyone of the ICE? Because people calling for them.
Not now.
Hold on.
If there is an election, if we're able to have the midterms, if Trump doesn't work his plan and declare martial law, and we actually have a midterm elections at the end of this year, and we're able to have those people or somebody going to put a pin in it, write their names down, and they're going to be prosecuted. Absolutely, they are going to be.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. And the only reason why I say that is because, okay, so they got the last guy, the one who was responsible for Renee Good. They were thinking they brought him up on charges. And he at least got fired.
They did?
Yeah. Now, about him going to trial and being convicted of anything, I don't know. But I thought he
was. Well, no, he won't be convicted. I mean, they didn't convict Kyle Rittenhouse, brother. And you saw he crossed state lines with a long rifle.
Yeah.
And shot. He killed 2 people.
Yeah, killed 2 people. Yeah.
He showed up to a protest and put this a feather in your hat if you're listening, MAGA. He showed up to a Black Lives Matter protest with a gun, with a rifle, with the long rifle. When you guys say nobody should be going to a protest with it, well, he did.
That's hypocrisy, yeah.
And y'all raised almost $1 million for him, and now he's tweeting. You know, these some arrogant. He tweeted today or yesterday saying, "Be armed at all times." You know, and it's like, yeah, man, this little dude, man. Crazy. I mean. Yeah, his prefrontal cortex hadn't developed yet, so he's just saying whatever, you know what I mean? He's saying whatever they feed him.
That's crazy.
And so you know, they're braggadocious about it. They really are, man. And but he showed up to a protest with a gun, and y'all held him as a hero.
Still do. They still do.
He showed up about that action. He wasn't protecting his community like Alex. You know, Renee Good, and that's their community. This dude his mama drove him across state lines with an AR-15. What was he, 17 or 18 at the time?
I think he was 17 at the time. I thought he was 17.
Who takes a 17-year-old kid to a Black Lives Matter rally with I know who do that.
Hey. Yeah.
Well, I just, man, look, I see we're going down I don't think it's gonna get it'll get better no time soon.
I think it definitely gonna get to a fever pitch where it'll get a little worse. Yeah.
I'm gonna add to that from what you were saying earlier, KP, about midterms and us holding those people accountable. Again, like my concern is like, okay, what are Democrats gonna do? You know? And keep in mind, like I'm a neutral person. I don't care for either side.
Right.
But if they take charge and they win all the seats, what are they gonna do? You know? Because
they're gonna take care. Listen, they're gonna take care of their people is what they're gonna do. Leon asked me a question a while ago about, man, why I need to know history, and I gave a illustration of why you need to know history because it dictates your future. It'll tell you what's going on. So knowing the history of this Americas, when we had the Civil War, and the people that fought for the Confederate were considered treasonous.
Yes.
And to be banished, and they were no longer able to hold positions of power. They lost all kind of things. But once the other party got in power, not only did they restore their rights, but they gave them back their land.
They got compensated.
And they got compensated. So when you ask me what's going to happen to some of these people, they're going to go to court, but they ain't going to be prosecuted. And they're going to get all their rights back restored. And it's going to be like nothing happened because there is no difference between a Republican and a liberal Democrat. There is the only difference is the last name. They have a kinship and they don't see any wrong with each other. They just decide that, hey, look, we're going to be on this. We're on this side. You're on that side. But make no mistake about it. They're going to take care of them, and they're not going to allow the penalty of the courts to punish them that severely. Because when have you ever seen it?
Yeah, and that's what my concerns are.
They're gonna bring them up on charges. They're gonna do this, but something is going to happen. I.e., January 6th, 1,600 people were pardoned by Trump.
Yeah.
The Democrats prosecuted them. But they prosecuted them under the federal because they went into a federal building. But if they were really smart, they found a way to do some state charges. That way they couldn't be pardoned.
Crazy.
They're not going to do that because history tells me that they'll slap their wrist, but they won't cut it off.
Hey, that's real right there.
Yeah,
that's real. Yeah.
So they're gonna be just fine. They'll get punished, but there won't be a severity of punishment. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm not, they keep talking about keep names of all these people that are breaking the law and this and that. I'm like, yeah, what y'all gonna do?
Yeah, we seen that before.
You're gonna take care of them. You're gonna feel heartfelt because they look like you. And when it's time for brass tacks, you're not gonna call that. You're not gonna call them to account. So I don't, be honest, Larry, I don't expect nothing to happen.
Yeah.
Because history tells me what they have done.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Like I said, I just used the Civil War, but I just used the January 6th people.
Yeah.
Those people that voted for Trump support January 6th people getting those pardons.
Of course.
And even though there's a good number of them who committed crimes after the fact, a lot of them are arguing that blanket pardon covers the future crimes.
That's dangerous, bro.
That's America.
Yeah.
Because it's not us. They wouldn't do that for us, but
this is America. Yeah.
So ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
It remains now. Is Minnesota is that the only city where ICE is at now?
No, they're in this is what should make the white liberals mad, or when they finally learn this fact. There are about 130,000 what quote unquote illegal immigrants in Minnesota, and there's 3,000 ICE agents. Okay, that number. There's 130,000 illegals, and they've deployed 3,000 agents. Mm-hmm. There are 2 million illegals in Texas, and they have 650 agents, and 1.2 million illegals in Florida, and there are 350 agents.
Okay.
See, the difference is that is a blue state, and Trump has a affinity for punishing people that go against him. The Tim Walz or Minnesota, because Minnesota, there's a lot of talk about why it's Minnesota. It has a lot to do with Minnesota does a lot people that are in and around that state that travel from other states to come there because they have women reproductive rights. There's more assistance for people. The Twin Cities, it just works. That's why a lot of people love it.
Well,
right, because if you listen to Tim Walz, when he gave his what he has done in Minnesota, it sounds dope. They've done a lot with, like with free lunches and a lot of stuff that these other states fighting, they do. Yeah. There is no, they accepted the Medicaid expansion. They accepted the subsidies for Obamacare. They, you know what I mean? Everything that other states are fighting for, Minnesota was doing. So there's a thought piece that says that they just want to disrupt that. There's too many people getting too many good things.
Yeah, and Minnesota is a huge sanctuary city.
They're in the sanctuary city. And here's the other thing. They were sent, just like with the Venezuelan blowing up the boat saying it was drugs, but really they was wanting to go in there and then they didn't take over the thing. They're always using a proxy for something. The ICE agents were sent there. Originally, the talk was to what? Round up the Somalians because it was so much fraud. But when they got there, they realized they can't round up the Somalians. Why? Because they said
right.
Yeah, it was a clip. I seen a guy they was trying to get. He was working. Did you put that in the chat? He was working somewhere, and they rolled up on him. And they talked to him for a while, and he was driving Uber.
Okay,
Somali. He was driving Uber, and they rolled up on him.
Oh man, nice. I
thought it was gonna be a bad one, but he just proved to them. Well, he never gave him an ID or anything. They just kept asking for the ID. You see one of the officers they go up to him, and he kind of
did his facial thing.
He put a facial thing. I don't think the Somali guy knew what he was doing, because the Somali guy was videotaping him talking. He was talking junk to him too. It was going back and forth for a while. They surrounded the car and they finally backed off of him. And so
they're using that facial recognition thing.
Yeah.
Because they, again, ICE has become a paramilitary, and I don't know if I can confirm this or not, but I heard today during the protest that they were using this particular weapon that they used to go in there and get Maduro, where they they use this device where it gives people temporary deafness and tendonitis in the ear, makes them incapacitated, makes them kind of dizzy, nauseous, and sick. Well, it does that. It impedes your ability to fight back. I was told that they was using that particular weapon in Minnesota. I can't confirm or deny that. I thought I've read something about that today, but I don't know how true it is. But whatever it is that Trump was bragging about that they used to go in there and get Maduro to incapacitate anybody that will kind of stand up and fight. They use whatever this device is they're using. Them was told that they was using it to disperse the crowd in Minnesota.
I believe it. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully, things are
stay vigilant.
Calm down soon. Stay out the way. Hey, look, if you black, stay out the way.
Well, you ain't gotta tell us twice. We ain't out there.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm 50-50 on that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know. I just told you you just proven that being a black man in America. There it is. Yeah. You're balancing it all the time.
All the time, bro. All the time.
We can't never be 10 toes down on none of this.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, as a man, like part of your core, your being of manhood is being able to protect what you love.
True.
And that's yourself, that's your wife, your child, your community.
In your community.
And so if you don't, another thing that's like an unwritten rule, but we all know, is the fact that you as a man, you also have to be able to neutralize threats. Because if you don't do that, it puts the other four at risk. It puts yourself at risk, your wife, your child, your community, all at risk. And so being the type of man who, and we're always told, hey, you're a protector and a provider. That protector is huge. You know, if you can't protect your home, like, what do you need it for? If you can't protect nothing you love, then what's the point of loving it? And so our community plays a big part in that. And I feel like we get to a crossroad and it's like, man, I'm not trying to see anybody get, treated unfairly or taken advantage of. Like, for me, I don't like bullies. I hate bullies.
Right.
With a passion.
Yeah.
Bullies and thieves are like the top things that I do not.
That's my top two. That and pedophiles. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand them, bro. Can't stand them. So I 100% understand what Alex Petty did. I 100% understand what he did.
I do.
Would you I'm gonna say jump in. Would you jump in?
Would I interfere?
I could answer that. No.
I'm not. If it's not my family, somebody I'm with, friends, I'm not jumping in. I'm not going. I'm not.
But that's
why would you ask Larry? You know Larry not. That's what
because he just said it.
Even though he's debating it,
he double dutching.
I know, but even though he's debated, remember I tell you, this society, this American propaganda, this American society makes us play with our humanity all the time and and us to be human in this world, but we're gonna always choose survival over death. Yeah. So Larry's 50-50. The 50 is him jumping in, but the other 50 is, man, they gonna kill me. Is it worth it? And then you think about it, you go into survival mode, say it's not. The only way we're doing that,
I think Larry is kind of leaning like, I might do something.
But I don't think Larry is going. I think Larry jumping in to protect a certain group of people.
Right.
And he get on and they kill him and he's on the other side, he's gonna be pissed.
Me and mine.
What? I can't believe this. He ain't gonna like it. Me and mine first. Right. Exactly. Now, if I'm on the other side, defending my community, which is my house and my family, and I'm on the other side because I lost the battle, then I'm good with it.
Right.
But not for somebody who would have sold me just because I ain't picking up cotton.
Yeah. These are the things we have to process, man. Yeah.
I'm not giving my life for somebody who would have sold me.
Yeah.
I'm not giving my life for somebody who will attend me being strung up in the tree while they have a picnic. I'm not. No, hell no.
Okay, but listen, even in certain instances where it's kind of inside our community, like you at the store and you see this guy just all over this woman, and she's trying to tell him to stop. You know, she feeling uncomfortable. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna walk?
I'm gone, bro. I'm not. Sorry, bro. I got 2 daughters and a wife at home. I'm gone.
And you know, I get that.
I would hate to see it though.
I hate to see it.
I understand
the natural man in me wants to defend it, but
yeah.
I have to be prepared to die.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you definitely have to be in that right mindset. Okay, well,
or doing life in jail because you done killed this person.
That too. That too.
So we're gonna always shoot survival.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we have to do that, but you know, this is the way in the world, the way it's constructed for us here, and we have to live within the construct of what this world is providing. If we want to survive, listen, we can't. We survivors. They've been trying to kill us. The thing when they thought they was putting us in the ground as a burial was all they were doing was planting us.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Hey. I got it, man. I got it. I'm just saying, you got to know how to still protect yourself too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to know if I'm back in a corner, I need to know I'm gonna get up out of this corner.
Yeah.
So
moving on. Let's Mr. Kanye West. He's apologizing again.
This dude.
He's apologizing again to I'm gonna just stay on the blacks. He's apologizing of course he apologized to the Jews again too, but he apologized to black people.
Bro, I haven't had a chance to read that letter because that letter was pretty long.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a 1-pager, but size 10 font.
Yeah,
he was apologizing.
And the way my eyes are set up, I don't understand to do it.
Right here, I'm gonna jump down to this. He says, Jay also apologized to the black community, adding, "I am sorry to have let you down." The rapper said a new regime involving medication and a regimen involving medication and therapy had proved effective.
Man, I don't care nothing about none of that. See?
I'm not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness, he said. I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home.
Oh,
okay.
We didn't know you left.
Do we bring him back into the fold?
No, man. No. You knew full hell well what you were doing. I could see if you were 25. You knew full hell well what you were doing. You knew.
But he goes back to the brain injury that he had.
Man, that's the same.
Hold on. No, that's what got me, because before, when he was doing all these rants and
his
stuff,
mom was dead.
15, 20 years, it was none of that, right? Yeah, it was his mom, the loss of his mom. And okay, I'll give you some grace for that too. But now all of a sudden, he is actually recognizing, oh, well, I have issues and I want to apologize. Bro, like, no. And you didn't have nobody in your camp to pull you in and say, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Like, yo, what was he doing like the end of last year? He had the whole swastika album. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, that song called Heil Hitler or something, right?
Yeah, like, come on, bro. What we doing?
What we doing? Listen,
and we cannot. Look, I'm gonna be honest. For the black community, we have to stop.
We got to
giving second chances to the things that are hurtful to us. That are detriment to us, man. Like, I'm pissed off that still so many people support R. Kelly. Like, he never did none of that stuff he did. Like, I made some good music.
Hold on now, man. Hold on. 12 Play is probably the best.
No, don't start.
I don't know, man.
Hey,
you got black people justifying saying we can separate, we, including me, saying, hey, man, I can separate the man from the talent. But it's all wrong. It's all wrong. Larry, you're right.
And you're right. And it is, even with R. Kelly, it is, man, he's a genius, man. His music it is hard to listen to his songs now and you'd be like, man, what was he talking about right here?
You know what he was talking about.
But man, he was a genius.
Man,
I'm seeing too
Larry,
many people.
let's exclude that out to R. Kelly.
Why you bring R. Kelly in here, man? Let's talk about Ye, man.
Why R. Kelly catching me straight? Don't make me have to defend R. Kelly because I don't want to.
Please don't.
I'm not.
But this is what
I'm saying, man. It's kind of like,
hey,
R. Kelly's not the same as Kanye.
R. Kelly, Kanye. I mean, shit, Bill Cosby to a degree, but I ain't gonna throw him in there. But I'm just saying.
Cosby done caught us straight.
The black community has.
Larry, how many clips you got over there?
Hey, I got a lot.
I know you do.
I'm just saying, the black community got to be careful about, giving them second, thirds, and fourth chances to the people that are still hurting the community. Like, I got it. Kanye make good music too. But I have not supported Kanye in a long time, man.
I have not either. Because I see the writing on the wall, and I see you can never come back when you is sitting in the Oval Office with the MAGA hat on and saying Trump is like, when I put this hat on, I feel like I'm Superman. It's like you're my daddy. You can't never come back from that for me, man. You know? And all the other stuff that he's done.
What's the shirt he came out with? White Lives Matter too. He had the shirt.
He had a shirt.
White Lives Matter. Speaking of White Lives Matter, where are the White Lives and All Lives Matter that was protesting our Black Lives Matter? Where are they on Mr. Preddy and Ms. Renee Good? Where they at?
They at the house.
Where you All Lives Matters at? That's because they are on. You know where they at? They are MAGA.
Yeah. There you go.
That's why you're not gonna see them. They only was White Lives Matter and All Lives Matter just to oppose us. That's all they ever want to do. That's all they think about. How can we F with these black people? What they got going on? Oh, they got this thing called woke. We're gonna hijack that shit.
So y'all ain't giving
guys woke so much that they don't even get to use it.
So y'all ain't giving Ye no grace.
I have no. I listen. He can go with God as far as I'm concerned.
Oh man.
And play in traffic. Man. No coming back, no cookout invite, return to sender.
Hey, bro. Hey.
You're supposed to return to sender. I represent the portion that I ain't trying to hear none of that because you knew what you were doing. And not only did you not know, you doubled and tripled down on it. And you continue to do it. And you knew what you was doing when you wore a Confederate bomber jacket and you knew you were going to upset the black community. You knew this. You knew that you were going to upset. I don't know. I don't speak for the Jewish community, but I can't speak for them. And how they felt about him with the swastika stuff. I mean, you was wrong, man. But I don't. We can't speak for the Jewish. I can speak for my community. And no, you cannot come back. It's funny how when people. Let me tell you something, man. When you hit people in their ass pocket, they get straight, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey, you said a word right there, boy.
That's it, man. That's a quick. That's a tall glass of humility, humble juice.
A humble pie.
but mental health. They say you have a mental health problem.
We all do. I've been living in this America and been dealing with this society and these folks. I have mental issues where I got Tourette. I click out every now and then. You got to bring me back, Leon. I'm having an episode, right? Right? Don't you got to bring me, talk me down? I got mental illness. Okay.
But a lot of people like Kanye because they say he was a big influence on the black.
He had the platform, and he had the platform, and he chose to use it to give ammunition to the opposition against us. So, as Nat Turner said before he set the raid, we need to kill them first.
So his apology, y'all ain't seen it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what Larry said, but I say no. Return to sender. Hell no.
Yeah. I want to also share something that I've said before. I see what y'all thought about this. Hold on. First, let's talk about this right here. It's Corey Holcomb. The tape, the video. Have y'all seen the video, right? Of the him hitting the girl.
I didn't watch the video. Yeah, I didn't watch that on purpose. I didn't want to see him hitting on the girl. I know the story's true, so we can talk about it. So I'm gonna say that I purposely did not watch. I saw y'all put it, and I've been seeing it out there. I didn't want to see it. And I saw the first take of her interview, how she's still traumatized. As you say, she's still getting threatened by this guy, man. You know, but we'll talk about it. But no, I didn't see it on purpose.
Let me play it right here, a little bit of it. Can y'all hear it?
No.
Oh no.
Seeing that playback and having to relive all of this all over again. But it's like almost like what.
I mean, what I'm asking is, are you going to pursue legal action again? The cops felt it was like a stalemate when it happened because they had no video. Now they got video. So I'm wondering, are you over it, or are you going to pursue this in court? What's the difficult? What's making this so difficult, Christina, to go forward with it?
I feel like Corey's like threatened or tried to silence me, or like where it's like I've been in fear for my life, literally. It is hard even seeing that right now. Seeing that playback and having to relive all of this all over again. But it's like almost like what.
I mean, when I ain't
gonna play all of it.
No, I get it. But I just want to say this, man. As a public service announcement, and I'm talking to the Black community, you content creators, you people that are being interviewed, change the effing batteries in your smoke detector. I cannot stand when I hear that. Y'all know, listen, it's not that hard.
I'm not with the stereotype.
You
I always say that.
Change the batteries in your smoke detector.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Now, I mean, with how I feel about Corey is one of those dudes, man, we know who he is. We watched the episode with him and Anton not built like that, right? But he talks sporty because he's got security with him. And Anton, he's really not. Now he says he's from. I get that, but on paper, the man's not really. I don't think that he's built like that because the way he moves and the things that he's always talking shit about Black folks. So I'm never going. He's on that. He's in that MAGA light Black group. You know the things that he says. He's MAGA light, and so he challenged Corey. He was like, man, after this, let's go outside. And Corey was like, nah, man, he talked because Corey huff and puff, and he talks about people, and he always talks about like he's about that. Come to find out what we already know, dudes that talk like that huff and puff like that, they woman beaters. They ain't gonna never fight no man. That's why he wouldn't fight. Because let me tell you something, Anton talked to me like that, and he told me, let's go outside. We not making it outside. What you mean, let's go outside?
Yeah.
What you mean? No, we can handle this right here, right now.
There's gonna be some tables getting moved.
It's gonna be some furniture moving in it. And so when I saw that part of the clip where he just like stood up and challenged him to go outside and he backed down, I said, oh,
yeah.
Kink in his arm. I seen a kink in his arm. All that mouth is all mouth because real men don't talk like that, and real men do not hit women. And so the fact that this does not surprise me. This goes right in line with what I saw when him and Anton was getting into it, and the way he backed down when he talked all that noise, like he is that dude from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This video or this incident confirmed what I kind of picked up on when I was watching the interview. That's all I got to say. I mean, Corey's funny to me, but he's disgusting the way he talk about women. He goes a little too far.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, he talked down to women.
It's a way you can do it. It's a way you can do it if you want to get your point across. But the way he does it is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I know y'all. A lot of people don't like Anton, but even the clip, y'all seen the clip where he was talking about his daughter. He brought listen, Corey Holcomb pulled up a clip and he was talking about Anton's daughter. Called her.
I see that.
He called all kind of being, and then he talked about her. He talked about her aesthetics, and she talked about his aesthetics. Talking about you can't get no tail other than you paying for it. Is what he talking about. Anton, is he telling the truth? He probably is. Anton ain't.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the way he talking about women though. Like he
talking about that man's daughter.
What's going on? I hope that you are enjoying this episode, but I wanted to take the time out to ask you to please subscribe to the podcast.
I've noticed that a lot of people are watching but are not subscribed. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss an episode when it's aired or about to air. And also make sure you go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. Grab you something. Now back to the episode.
I was saying, man, that was bad.
Well, yeah, but you also saw the video where Anton talked about other people's kids.
I seen the clip. He didn't. It was a little different. You talk about the one he was on a video with a couple of other people, and he was
there are different ones that he were very different.
Okay, I've seen one.
Yeah, it was a few of them. Somebody did a montage. One of these content creators, without the fire alarm beeping in the background, did a montage of what some of the stuff that Anton did in regards to someone's children or a child.
Bro.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm gonna tell you right now. That's why I don't even put my kids online. Like,
you shouldn't, man.
Yeah,
because now I'm not balancing my humanity. I'm not balancing. I'm not balancing it now.
Yeah.
Kids should be off limits.
I mean, if there's a Rodney Hampton in all of us, what was his name? My man, chin up, walking through the police crowd. What was his name? Rodney what? Oh
my God, the old boy who they police killed his son. That one.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I don't know if she go press charges again, but
well, she said he's been threatening.
I don't really believe that part, but
I do.
I don't think Corey that dude.
Y'all don't think so?
Yeah,
he's a woman. He hit a woman.
He did, but maybe he said something like when it happened, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and that, and she probably kind of pushing it, but
or is she being more dramatic about it?
Yeah, I don't think he's still like going. Why would he still go after her? For what? I mean, she got something on him.
I don't even get that vibe from Corey that he just, he ain't out there like that. His show, him as a character, he's just not out there like that.
You don't think? You don't see him as hitting a woman but not fighting a man?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying him as his character, his personality. I don't think
it's continue to harass her about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, just him, like he ain't got enough celebrity to be, out there in these streets like that.
I don't know. A lot of people. He been around for a minute.
He been talking for a minute.
Yeah.
The street. So one thing that he said, and this is gonna hit him in his ass pocket. The one thing he said is mainstream don't mess with him. Movie theaters don't mess with him. Certain clubs, certain comedy club promote people don't mess with him. But who F with him is us, the black community. That's who keeps him afloat. He says this. Yeah. He says so. That's why he talks a little bit more reckless, because he know his people won't cancel him. He's already been canceled with mainstream. That's why he's not in movies and TV shows. He talked about this. Okay. But behind this type of stuff, with the way he's been acting, they will cancel you, brother. Your own community will cancel you. It can happen.
Especially hitting that woman.
It can happen. We're gonna see.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. All right. I didn't
get him up out of there. Pack it up.
I think I shared this with y'all in the chat. I want to get y'all thoughts on what Stormy had to say.
Okay.
I would have us believe that one race could control ultimate power. And now they're showing you, if you get in the way of the process of taking power, they will be able to deal with you and have no repercussion towards them. And for those of you that are saying, all we have to do is vote, get out there and vote. How's that working out for us? I believe that we've been voting and asking for the same things our grandparents been asking for years. Voting has been put in place as another way to control us and to put our frustration in a place where we think we could gain power. Politicians, all they are the people who would sit there, the mediators, for us to voice that too, thinking they're going to have our agenda in mind when they have their own agendas in mind. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter how much assets you're holding. If you don't have a grip or close to power, you're just like everybody else, and you'll be treated just like everybody else. Money needs to be used to create the relationships to build power or you're going to take that money to get as far away from what's happening because you can't stop it. Far away. Well, when I mean far away, I don't mean just trying to buy some land and we all start figuring out where we can build our own society. We see how that worked out, unfortunately, with Rosewood and Black Wall Street. When you start building something, those with power will come along and crush that. Right now, what we're witnessing is the reality of what the world will look like. See, the billionaire club is now advancing into a place where they want a trillionaire club. Billionaires are now getting together and going to the next new world, which will consist of them being trillionaires. What are you doing? Are we still trying to invest in ideas and things of the past, thinking that's going to move the needle? Are we thinking that one day, if we just all get together and vote our way to power, take a real good look at what's happening? Do you think the genie is going to go back in the bottle? It's not. There's no authority. There's no repercussions. There's no one there standing up for anything standing up for anything. All the people you voted for, all the churches you ran to, all the phone calls you made to your politicians, your Congress, your Senate, whoever. This is about you taking control of your life, your family, taking your money and choosing you're going to gain power or you're going to get as far away from what's happening with your money and just get out the way. But this new world situation is happening, whether you like it or not, and it's showing you what it will look like. Always seek knowledge. Peace.
He said a lot right there.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
There's a part of what he's saying I know is true. But if we give up that part that we know is true, then we lose the other part of us, which is the part of us that is hope. And the minute we give up hope, we cross into a paradigm of hopelessness. And then that's going to lead to desperation and anarchy. Because as long as we as a community have hope, we don't become anarchists. We don't rise up against the machine in a violent way.
Right.
So us having hope through the vote protects us from either eliminating our race here in Americas or creating a shitstorm that it'll take 3 generations to correct. He's right. The voting, we've been doing this thing. I can make the argument that it has worked in certain cases, and I can make the argument how it does not work in most cases. So he's right in that. But that vote is our hope. That's all we got. And the minute we all give up hope, that's when it turns to the inner beast in us. And now we're in a fight or flight mode. And we're trying not to get to that. So we're thinking that the hope is in the vote and supporting our local congressmen to pass laws that are beneficial for the collective of all of us. And when we see that doesn't happen, it does deflate us. It does leave us destitute. And voices like that begins to sound more and more, they resonate a little bit more with you. Mm-hmm. But I caution us, brothers, because we're all capable of it. Once we give up hope, then we're going to cross into an area of who we can be, who we don't want to be collectively. And we could mess it up for the generations behind us that may figure this thing out and fix it. Because that's what we're hoping. We're hoping that it's fixed in our generation, possibly within the next generation. We're hoping that it's fixed within that. That's the hope. Now, leaving people to their own devices that are non-melanated, we kind of know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I don't. It's like me and Larry, we always say we don't really either or Republican or Democrat when it comes to that thing. But I don't give up hope. It's like I always say, like, do what we can do. Because, like he was saying, kind of like you're saying, we talked about it before on previous podcasts about Rosewood and Black Wall Street, how community got together, but they tore it down. We had discussions about that. But that's why I always say, do what you can do for you and your family, and put yourself in a position to go as far as you can. Exactly. Not really knowing what's going to happen.
Right. That means we're kicking the can down the road to the other generation figuring it out.
Right.
Because we've gone as far as we can go. We voted in a black president. We voted in. Remember, in our lifetime, we've seen more black senators. We've seen a black president, and we've seen a lot of state house and United States representatives than the previous generation seen. And unfortunate thing is America has a way of resetting its inward clock. And when we advance too much, they reset the clock. And we're in a period of where we reset because through the vote, right. Because they see that we are growing as a collective. We have more millionaires today than we had 30 years ago. We have more people that are entering, blacks that are entering the middle class than ever. And they are seeing this. And one thing about them, they are jealous. And one of the things that they do not like about us is our black joy. Why are y'all over there smiling? Why are y'all over there happy?
Yeah. Look at y'all over there advancing. What you doing?
Over there line dancing.
Yeah.
When I need you to be over here buck dancing.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I got to get you back in line. So America has always had that inward reset. They're like, you know what? They advanced a little too far. So what are we at now? The generation that was before us 2 generations ago, they fought, they voted. And so now we got the Civil Rights Act. We got the Voting Rights Act. We got the Fair Housing. We got the Immigration Act. That's for you people that are here over here that's not messing with us. Thank the 1965 Immigration Act is why you can actually come over here, because we fought for that shit. Yeah. And how dare you guys look down upon us? We fought for you to be over here, to come down here and look down your nose at us.
And it's lots of people who, well, not lots, but very few people understand that about their own races. I've seen a lot of Asian content creators talk about it like, hey, we should be grateful.
Yes, I've seen
we have these opportunities.
That's why I can't say they all, but
right. But I feel yeah. Bro.
Yeah, but it's a reset. So right now, within the federal administration, man, they've gutted the CP. They've gutted so many things that'll benefit us.
Yeah.
That it's going to take another generation to repair.
This is how they stunt our growth. Because when we talk about every, black city that we've tried to get up and running that has been successful, and they came and burned it down, when that happens, that erases a part of your history. And what I mean by that is, we know about the towns being shut down, but what was taken away was the knowledge of how those towns started. Yes. We're talking about the details of the inner workings, the ins and outs and the nuances, how education was set up, how economics was set up in those communities. And so when we get them up and get successful and they shut them down, like, we have to stop focusing on the town itself that was shut down, but focus on the process of how it was started. But that's where they get us at, because they snuff out the processes. And that's what we're seeing right now. When we talk about a lot of things that benefited our communities being taken out, as far as our history here and there, and in lots of areas that's been affected. That's so the next generation won't figure out how it was built. Yes. That's how they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've heard, and somebody made the comment like, the reason why they stopped teaching cursive in schools because a lot of the old school documents are written in cursive. And if you don't know how to read it, you don't know what you're looking at. And that's what a lot of generations are heading towards right now.
I don't put nothing past them. I believe it.
Hey, yo, for real though.
Yeah, listen, if you tell me that these people are doing, I believe it, because I know history.
Yo,
Larry, Larry, I believe it. I do. Yeah, I do. I just think that my man he definitely is right about something. But one thing we're right about is we know history. And history tells us that they always press a reset button on us to put us back in our place. And this is what we're going through in this time period right now. I don't know if it'll get better or get worse, but I do know that we have to, we're better prepared than the generation before us. We're better prepared. And one thing that we all knew, how the women, what happened to Wilmington in 1898 or to Tulsa in 1921 in Rosewood. We all know that they were only able to come in there because they outgunned us. It's a little different day and age now. We know that in order to sustain our own, we have to have some type of protection and be willingness to fight. So we haven't built our own little cities because we've learned to not do it because they'll come, but we've learned to operate within our own silos. So,
right.
Man, I don't know, man. That's just thinking about some of the stuff that he was saying. I can't disagree with it. We know it to be true. We just can't pump that message about your vote, don't vote, it doesn't matter, or it's not going to change things. Deep down, we know that it does, but ultimately, deep down, we know that it doesn't.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. The alternatives to that, and we've always talked about, well, if we don't vote, then what's the alternative? The alternative is we got to use our dollars. Because if we're not going to vote for a system, we got to be able to use our money to support our own communities. And that way we don't give that vote away with the dollar to go to somebody else's support, to support someone else's communities. And I think that should be, or that's the alternative of if we say, hey, we're not coming to the polls to vote. And I got it. That's dangerous because people who get voted in, they're going to pencil whip something.
So that's why we got to vote. You got to give yourself a fighting chance.
It's dangerous.
You got to go vote. And like I said, I could make the argument where some of the voting has helped us. But I can tell you this. I can tell you this with unequivocally. If we do not vote, the argument that I'm gonna make, hey man, voting helped us get this. It blocked this. It prevented this. If we don't vote, all that shit happens. You get what I'm saying? And none of that happens for us. So that's with certainty I can say. So we still have to participate in the political process because on the other side, they're not being told not to vote.
True. Yeah.
They're not being told not to vote. Their women are not being told, hey, you're independent, you don't need a man. There's certain things that are being pumped to us that some of us buy into versus on that other side, they getting their ass up, they going to vote.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they doing it, we better do it, right? Because if we don't, it could be worse, is what I would make the argument on terms of that we still need to engage in the political process, but we also need to be vigilant, is what my man is saying. Like, hey, man, if you get your money, you might need to move far away from this thing and let this thing implode, But do you want it to implode because you got away and now your family and friends are suffering?
Right.
I don't know if we really like that.
No, we don't want it to, but it's like you keep saying reset. It's like
there's always been a reset.
Look, go. You kept saying reset. I was thinking about gold and silver. Gold over 5,000, silver over $100 now.
That tells you that inflation. That tell you that value of the dollar is down.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, if you caught them gold and silver 12 months ago and you put some money in it, you sitting on a pretty penny.
Yeah. A couple of years ago, silver an ounce was what, $15?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. That tells you a lot about where we're headed because anytime those things are being back, that tells you inflation and GDP, there's about to be a problem and the value of the dollar. We already know that because people that were in Mexico talking about, the dollar to the peso is not equal, but it's 20%. Like it's the exchange rate is not as good as it was. That tells you a lot right there, the exchange rate. So, so something is coming afoot. And like my man said, we need to be vigilant and we need to prepare. The good thing is most of us we have the ability to be more prepared than the previous generation.
Right.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But do we have the intestinal fortitude to use that next power before we lose hope, which is the power of the dollar, as Larry's saying. If we can affect the flow of things by using the power of our dollar, which, again, when you know history, that's what happened during the bus boycott. That thing went on for over a year, a little over a year, until it crippled the system. Yeah. And then they conceded to the things that we were asking for. And all we was asking for, we did all that just to sit at the front of the bus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we had our own buses, we had our own bus lines. Everybody who rode on the bus looked like you. I think that we need to learn from history and not fight for the things that we think we want, because it'll lead to the detriment of our community.
What you mean by that?
Segregation. Segregation destroyed our Black community. Our kids were being educated by Black educators in a format in which you can take them out of those schools and put them in those other schools, and they'll outperform those kids.
That was proven. That was proven.
Yeah. Most of our leaders come out of those Dunbar high schools. Those are all Black high schools. Those Dunbar high schools that's located on the East Coast, and of course the Rosenwald schools that were predominantly Black schools. A lot of those schools, our thought leaders and all our civil rights, all of them come out of those schools. The reason why they were able to come out there with so much education and fire, because they were educated by their own people.
Yeah.
And so, so we fought, like you said.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's like Martin Luther King said, once he started turning, this is what got him killed, when he said that, he feared that he integrated his people into a burning building.
Oh, yeah. He's
like, what have I done?
Okay.
Because you had a lot of Black educators who lost their jobs during once Brown versus Board of Education passed. Mm-hmm. And America did what it did. Instead of giving equal and fair funding, they just closed the public schools.
You just brought up Brown versus education, but I ain't gonna. We can talk about that later. I ain't gonna bring that up because it's just something Black history I want to show y'all, but we'll talk about it later on.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, we got a whole month coming up, baby.
Yeah, we got time.
We actually that would be a segue, but I'm just saying, you asked what was something that hurt us. That's just one thing. I can name 10,000 of them, but yeah, that was one thing. Why were we fighting to go and have our oppressors educate our kids? Could you imagine being a parent today, sending your kid, your 6-year-old Ruby Bridges, into that school, have to be escorted by federal marshals? Could you imagine?
I'm thinking about. I'm visualizing a lot of that.
We should have never had to do that.
Yeah, all that. The girls.
We should have never had to do that, but because of what they knew, they were like, we want a piece of that. We just want to go. We want to sit in class with you guys. We want to be there. And that's really not what they wanted. With the Brown versus Board of Education, Thurgood Marshall and Spotswood Robinson and Charles Hamilton Houston, all those guys that argued that case, they used case law 1898 Plessy versus Ferguson, which means separate but equal. And so they said, they used that as case law, and they said, okay, since we're separate Black and white schools, then we should receive equal funding. And they use that case law, which is still good law in the book, separate but equal. And that's how they won that case, arguing separate but equal using Plessy versus Ferguson. And so once they won that case and they said, okay, you guys are separate but equal. Of course, that Plessy versus Ferguson was Black man in New Orleans, where I think that case came down, because he wanted to sit on the rail cars. There's a history to that. I'm not going to get into it. But so once they won it, instead of them doing equality amongst the school system, they just closed all those schools down. All across America, schools closed. And so
it was forced integration after that.
It was forced integration, then busing, and then all this of seeing our young ladies and young men being ushered into these schools. You had the Little Rock 9 in Arkansas. They eventually closed that school, and then you had a lot of things in New Orleans, all in the South. But why did we send our kids in that hostile environment like that? Right. We wouldn't do that today.
True. Thanks.
Because we know better now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just picturing, looking at the video while you're talking to a girl walking in school. That's
6 years old. Being
all
spit
kinds of
on.
racial
Like,
epithets, you know. It ain't just the kids; it was the parents.
That's what I'm saying. She was 6
too.
years old being spat on by grown adults. Bro.
By adults.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That bad, yo.
Yeah. And Ruby
Bridges is still alive, by the way.
Yeah, she's still alive. So is the Miss Tate. No, I think Miss Tate. The other three that integrated Francis, that school, because I think Ruby Bridge, one of them, that was McDonald 19, I think it was, and then the other one was Francis or whatever. And they had three integrating that school at the same time. Ruby was integrating that one. And
I guess that's one of the things we voted for, to get integrated.
Well, we fought for integration through being awarded, through being awarded the 54 separate but equal segregation. No, this was the call of action of white America. The case was won because they were like, we didn't want to integrate. They wasn't fighting for us to sit next to little white boys and white girls in the school. They was fighting for funding. They wanted equal funding because the property tax determines the school. I mean, how the schools are funded.
Getting that money, yeah.
And so they closed some public schools and they took them private schools and moved them into those nice, neighborhoods. So that tax rate was higher, so they got more money, and they just closed the public schools, so they didn't have to give them none. And so the call to arms that America did, instead of just like, okay, you guys got us, you won the case. We talked about the separate but equal. So because y'all are separate, we're going to give equal money to this white school and then this school. That's what they were fighting for.
Yeah.
America, what it always does with everything, every piece of legislation, they always do the most cruel shit you can think of. They're like, if we just close the schools, then we ain't got to give them the money.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that's what they thought to do. And that's what happened. And then it forced integration. And now you're going into a hostile environment to be educated. What society, who would spit, what grown-ups would spit on? I know who.
Hey. Yeah, I feel you. Number of facts, bro. Number of facts.
Yeah well, we'll see the next couple. We got another long 3 years to see what's going to happen.
Well, we got another 11 months.
Yeah, midterm.
Well, 10 months now. The month is the elections in November. We'll see what happens. I kind of know what's going to happen. These people are not. Listen, the power concedes nothing without power. Trump is going to find a way to declare martial law and suspend the election. That's power. It will not concede power unless it is up against power. So in order to match that force with force, I don't know what we do other than what we got to do. But that's what's going to happen.
I feel you.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, make sure you go to impelforwardmerch.com. That's impelforwardmerch.com. Grab you some Impel Forward merch.
For sure.
Once again, thank you for another episode of the Impel Forward Podcast. And remember, seize the opportunity to grasp your dreams.